Hands on it, but all right, cool. We're live and we're streaming. Hello, hello, YouTube. How's it going? Good morning, Rock. How's it going? Dan, will you give me the link to YouTube so that I can see what the comments are? Um, okay, cool deal. So SPY is a little bit close to the 10 EMA. And I mean, it is a sweet gap down. Let's not disagree on that. But SPY's not doing that ABC momentum, right? Like SPY is a little bit different. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure if we're gonna just kind of drag down today. If we let go of the 10 EMA, guys, the 20 is the next spot, right? Like this is where I would look for targets. If today we pull back. So let's say you're in a short today, you get that sweet little 10 EMA and we don't really bounce from 474 area, then I think 471 is where my next target should be. Right, there we go. There we go, the link. What's up, YouTube? How's it going? Now I can see your comments. If you guys want to post in chat, if you want specific tickers, I'll take a look at it. All right, cool deal. Thank you, Dan. Yeah, so that's what I have on SPY. The Qs are a little bit more prominent to pull back, I think. I do like the Qs a little bit more than the SPY for sure. So let's look at the Qs a lot more today than the SPY. And honestly, I think with trading NQ, it's been a while since I've looked at ES. So SPY's just been out of my radar completely lately. But yeah, I mean, it could provide us a good opportunity for a day trade for sure. So we'll look at the Qs and we'll look at the SPY and we'll see which way they want to go. Speaking of which way they want to go, this is a definite disaster right now. I think some flights were halted. Boeing's really, really, really weak. Where is that double bottom here? Let's see, hold on. Because I know weekly double bottom's like ginormous on Boeing. Yeah, we've got room to go. I mean, all of us can see this double bottom, right? We've got room to go, but I don't know if anybody's buying this weakness today. I think it might be a good time to add some shares. So if you're, a hoarder of Boeing shares and you want to contribute some more to your portfolio, I could see how that goes. But if you're buying today just to add to your long-term account, I think it's not a very good day. I would like to buy a lot more at 200. I don't really have any shares of Boeing right now. But at 200, I might look to add some, and then maybe some more at 174. This is a really good range to add shares. I mean, last time we were here, we obviously bounced, so maybe we get another double bottom here. But yeah, so far bad news, and it's been a disastrous move. Last time when we were trying to short this guy, I think it was on this day. We were trying to short this guy, and it just kind of didn't really. I mean, it didn't really go much lower than we thought it would, right? But I mean, the idea was right. We were right on that setup. It just needed that pivot point, and now it's bouncing. I kind of like this. I like where it's going. For today, I think it's a little bit too big of a gap. So kind of like this, right? Like I don't want to short something right off the gate on a day like this, on a gap like this. So what we're going to do is we're going to be patient. And if it gives us a 10 EMA setup, then I'll take it. But otherwise, not really. I think we'll be better off playing it bullish than bearish. So I think we'd be better off just letting it play out to maybe 210-ish level, and then see if we can bounce. Let's see if there's any long-term supports. I'm just kind of worried that the minute we go short, we're shorting at the very bottom, it's 7 points down. So let's just be fair to it. I'm trying to see if there are any support levels. Yes, even the 4 hours, like super extended to the downside. I think we're going to get some sort of a bounce before we roll over. So I don't really want to short it specifically right at open. Maybe around 200, but 200 still 10 points away. So there's not enough support here on the 4 hours. It is extended to the downside. We'll see what it wants to do. We'll come back to it in a little bit. It's definitely on a no-fly zone right now. That's what it looks like. So we'll see. Lucian says, I just set up a short swing on Boeing. Wait, did you do it before this gap down, or did you do it right now, like to get filled today? If you did it before, you're the bestest trader I know. You probably did it over here because of this. On the daily. Yeah, so like you probably did it over here on this day, right? Or did you do it today? Today. Okay, cool. Yeah, I still think, I mean, yeah, again, I'm just talking from a day trading scenario, day trading perspective. Will this go down to 200? 100%. Absolutely. I could totally see that happening. Will it go down much, much further to 174? Absolutely. I could see that happen too. I don't know if I'm very sure about that, but I could see that happen too. Yeah. So yeah, good spot. I really like that setup too. 7% doesn't seem like enough of a drop for a giant hole in a airplane. Yes and no. Because so Lucian, I feel like because there's only Boeing and Airbus, there's not enough competition. Boeing's been doing this nonsense forever, right? Like, I mean, we've known, if you've seen that documentary on Netflix, it's every person that hates flying, their nightmare. It's just, I mean, remember like one time they forgot a ladder in their I forgot what the area was, but yeah, but it's just it's crazy how bad they've been. So unless the government decides to do something about it, I think Boeing is just running on monopoly, honestly. So yeah, and it also goes through, like if you look at the weekly chart, it goes through massive takeoffs, like liftoffs, and then dumps. So like Boeing just is known for that. It just does that. So I mean, it's like crypto. Like it's on a roll to the downside. I don't see why not you would do that. I don't know why you wouldn't short it. And it can go further. I mean, we've got levels. So yeah, I think it could continue down. 200 is for a sure shot, for sure. Then I don't know. Then I'd be a little bit more careful and trail stops, I think. That's how I would trade this. Yeah. All right. It'll be forgotten in 6 months and it'll be new highs. Yeah, absolutely. Yes. And it's because, Lauren, there's just no competition, no direct competition, right? So we've just got to go with the flow, whatever we have there. So yeah. When to buy Boeing? I would say start adding at 200. So this is a question from YouTube, and I would start adding at 200. This is a pretty darn solid support, right? So I would say, let's say you want to buy maybe 100 shares eventually over the long term. Let's say you have $20,000 separated, put aside in your account, and you just want to buy 100 shares. I would add 20 here and then see if it takes off. If it doesn't, then I would add 20 more at maybe 180, 190. Then I would add a lot more at 175. So just pyramiding into it and then letting it take off. But yeah, I really like this double bottom. I honestly think it does have that potential to take off. So we'll see. But this is a weekly chart. So, I mean, we've still got like 4 or 5 weeks of it coming down before it takes off again. So yeah, I think that's a good spot. Somebody said, let's look at Docu. Yes, Docu is also on my radar. Really like this move up. It's been consolidating for a while. I think, is Docu getting bought out or it's getting upgraded? Yeah, it's getting upgraded. Or equal weight from underweight. Okay. All right, cool. Okay, so first of all, I would only do this for a day trade. I'm not interested in swing trading this. Sweet little inverse head and shoulders. Well, it's not like a perfect inverse head and shoulders. I don't really see that other shoulder here. I kind of like where it's gapping into. If this thing continues, I want to see it take out this wick first. Okay, so maybe like 64, 66. That is a pretty solid rejection zone from last time. So it's only like the seventh green candle in a row, and it's got a lot of buyers. So we might have some profit taking here. I'm not sure if I want to go long right off the gate, but it is a pretty sweet little, it's gapping right into, it's not, I mean, well, it's not gapping. Let's not call it that. But I think we take this guy out. We take out 64, 66. I think Docu's got a long way to go. Another $4 range to go. And it looks like in the past couple of days, it does have pretty big, significant moves. So at open, I want you to watch it like a hawk. Everybody on YouTube, if you're not in the room, so in the room, we just focus on a couple of tickers, right? Like we're not all over the place, or I'll assign some tickers to some people and I'll say, hey, could you watch this for us? And then they'll kind of alert us. But if you're trading something by yourself, the best way to trade this is pick two things you like. It could be Boeing and DocuSign. And then just watch it like a hawk. See if it gives you a 10 EMA setup on the 3-minute chart or a 1-minute chart. I would prefer it on a 1-minute chart because then you're quick in and out and you're done for the day. Especially, I think you're in India, right? If you're in India, the time difference obviously kills you. So if that's the case, then I would do it on the 1-minute chart. And if not, then 3-minute chart works just fine too. So yeah, I would just watch this like a hawk, see if it gives you a setup. And if it does, then trade it either way. It's great for a bullish continuation if it takes out 64, 66. It's really good for a pullback also because it's gotten so many green candles in a row. So if you look at the smaller time frames, they're kind of extended, right? Like it's pretty high hour size. They're kind of extended. Lots of buyers stepped in. It might be profit-taking time. So yeah. See, like a pretty neat little double top. So on the 1 hour, what I would do is just put 2 lines here. So let's put 2 lines here. If you want, you can add alerts to it too. Alerts to these lines and then see which one we take out first. We're gonna take out one of them today. We're not gonna bounce around in this zone. But if it's to the downside, I think you'll have much more potential to go down. I think to the upside, if we break this out, we're gonna make that move, but then a lot of people are gonna take profits. So we may not see that massive continuation, if you know what I mean. So yeah, Docu and another ticker, LMT. Let's see. LMT. Yep. Haven't looked at Lockheed Martin in like a while. Fun story. I was in a swing trade on this guy, I think somewhere up here, and made a killing on it. But yeah, it's been a while since I've looked at it. Sweet gap up. Love this inverse head and shoulders. Lucian, this might be your swing trading project. Yeah, definitely like this for continuation. It looks like a lot of tickers are ready to take off, right? Like we're not looking that weak in the overall markets, but the Qs and SPY are not really gapping above those candles. That's kind of interesting to see what happens there. Yeah, sweet little gap up. We'll see if it wants to continue. Retest gap, so we're gonna see some sort of a pullback, right? I would go long at 464, which is not really that far. It's 2 points. And this thing can take off. It can make a big move to the upside. So really like this retest. I really like this takeoff. I think we can continue on LMT for a much, much wider range today. So let's keep an eye out. I'm going to add it to my list too, and I will watch it also. But bullish is the only way I would play it. It's very, very strong. Let's look at the weekly. Are there any moving averages along the way? Yeah, all of these bears are going to get squeezed out today. It's looking good. I mean, it's had, 4 bullish weeks, but it's looking good right now. I like this gap up. Definitely like this gap up. So we'll see if it continues. The best way to play this is, let's say, 3 minutes. And this I would want to do on a 3 minute, not a 1 minute, because there's no sense of urgency here. Um, the other ones like AMD and NVIDIA and some of the other like Boeing, we have that sense of urgency. This one, not so much. So like this on a 3 minute, like long above this candle, if we get that set up long above that, or you could just do pre-market lines, right? Like we take out this level, like we talked about in our trade setups last time. So if we take out this level, then you would want to see it break out, come back, retest, and this is where you want to go long over here in this area. So that's what I would watch this for. But it looks good. Yeah, really like it for a bullish momentum. Don't want to short it. Definitely just go long. All right, we have very little time, so let's go to our darling Tesla. All right, friends and family, Tesla is really struggling, right? Like this is not looking good. I did add a couple of shares last time. I want to say on this candle, my average was 217. I think 217 something. But it's very few shares to my long-term account, and it doesn't matter. I fully well know that Tesla will come do something like this again. So I know this is wave 3. We're gonna do wave 4 and a 5, and then maybe catch going up again. But this is just my long-term account. I wanted to add some shares. We're off of the moving averages. Tesla has been really weak lately, right? Like we can all tell this has been weak lately. So yeah, gapping down below this long-term moving average. I think this is the 100. Is it the 100? Yeah, it's the one. No, this is a 200. So yeah, gapping down below its weekly 200 is obviously never a good sign ever on any ticker, especially on something like Tesla. So definitely keep an eye out for this guy. It is not extended. Tesla can go lower, much, much lower. So it's not extended. I really like this. If you are a long-term shareholder of Tesla, I would add a couple of shares, like 4 or 5 here and there. I wouldn't do too much because we know we're going down a little bit lower. This also is the last zone where we can anticipate this inverse head and shoulders, right? I mean, this is it. And if this fails, you bet my friends we're going down here. I'm serious. That's how serious I am about this. So if this level fails today, let's say we gap down, we're gapping down already, we're coming down a little bit more. I think if this level gets taken out and we take out this pivot level here and here, I think it could be devastating for Tesla. So definitely keeping an eye out for this guy. I do want to actually, honestly, I do hope that it does go up a little bit today so that we can have some chances to go short for swing trading. But for day trading, I think short is the only way. It's really weak. The trend is definitely bearish. Let's go find some shorts today. Let's hope that we get some short opportunities today. But it's devastating for, the 200 SMA is not really cooperating. It's not really in a good zone. This is really the last spot I would expect it, 213. That's it. Then after that, we're going much, much lower. So yeah, keep an eye out for this guy, YouTube land. It's not looking very strong, especially, like compared to, let's say, Meta. Look at that. Does this look like a weak ticker? No. Tesla? Yes, absolutely. So, it doesn't have too much strength compared to the rest of the markets. I think it's going to have some trouble out there. NVIDIA, this guy gapping up above its inside candle. Definitely looking sweet. Let's see how this goes. It's 9:30 YouTube. I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to say goodbye to you guys. But I think Dan, you will have to turn it off. But I will be back this Tuesday, and then I am in the room a lot more, I think, in the upcoming week. Just helping out Johnny. I think he's got some days off. So yeah, if I'll catch you guys soon. I'll see you guys around. Thank you for hanging out with me. All right. Oh. Let's go look at this guy on the 1-minute chart. We're still, Dan, are we still sharing? I'm not sure if we're still live. And if we are, that's fine. They can watch for a little bit. It's okay. All right, here's your 1-minute chart. Let's see what